Hope everyone's week is going well. I'm working on a little bit of Lego here this afternoon. Found myself with some time, and I don't think I did any Legoing yesterday, so I feel like it's time to do that. I've got all my pieces laid out here. If you're wondering what the set I'm building is, I've been working on this, I guess, for like a day or so. Last time I did a stream, it was on this. It's the Botanical Collection Bird of Paradise. Looking for a nice display piece in the studio, mainly looking to build something that I can build and then not have to worry about tearing it apart. So it's this. And I'm excited to get this done because I have a project planned for either this weekend or next week that I'm very excited about, which I'll keep as a surprise. But I'm going to work on this. The reason I brought you in on this particular bag is because it's going to be kind of boring for me, actually. It's like building a lot of stems. So if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. But I do have, and it's all Technic basically, but I do have some like regular pieces to put on. We're kind of finishing out the pot that this sits in. And then there's a whole bunch of pieces. If you saw my YouTube short that I made, which was, I thought was pretty fun, these are like all the pieces that go inside here. It's gonna make the illusion of dirt. So welcome in, buckle up. We're gonna have a conversation while I continue cranking out this set, at least for a little bit. Yeah, Roxy she's doing well. She had, if you guys didn't know, many of you guys follow our vlog too, so you know more about my life than just the Lego side of things. Roxy had surgery yesterday on a tumor that was beside her ear, and everything went well. So she's recovering today. She was wearing one of the cones, but we took it off of her because she was just miserable, and she doesn't seem to be bothering with where they did surgery on her, so she's okay. Hey Tyler, welcome man. Thanks for coming in. Am I getting any of the March sets? I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen any of them. I don't really follow Lego news. I'm trying not to, though. I have so much stuff to build that if I could go, I don't think this is going to happen. mainly because I'm building this set because I want to get the wildflower set. And I was like, I saw those wildflowers and I was like, oh man, I've got this set, the Bird of Paradise, and I got the succulents to build. I thought I had the orchid too. I don't have that one yet, apparently. But I was like, man, if I want to get that, I need to get this set built, or one of these sets. I can't have all these things in the backlog. So this kind of jumped up on my radar, if you will, a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty good on Lego sets for at least a couple years. That being said, Lego's probably going to put out some pretty cool stuff this year that I'll end up getting. But I don't need any more Lego sets. I'm good. It's, I guess, a good position to be in. It's like, nope, don't buy any more. But then again, it's hard to resist sometimes, especially like what Lego gets me with, unfortunately, is the gift with purchases. Those always get me. Jose says, this set is so zen, I have it in my office. This will be in my office, technically. I don't know what this place is. Our family area, the studio, the place I edit videos, our downstairs kitchen area, bar. I don't know where it's going to be, but it'll be in here somewhere. Right now I'm just putting these little Technic pieces in so I can support all of the stems that I'm about to build on this thing. And this is like the first half. Happy GoldenEye 64 day. Yeah, I might be streaming some GoldenEye later. We'll see. I have the N64 controller for the Nintendo Switch, and I think that's going to be the way to play it. I haven't played that game in so many years. I don't remember the levels, to be honest with you. I just remember playing, I don't know if it matters if these are turned or not. I remember playing, I might have to turn these a little, the multiplayer with my friends on you'd be playing on like a small TV. Most of you guys that are watching this, you probably don't even have any idea what GoldenEye is. Maybe in passing you've heard of it. I'm sure it didn't age well. Like, I'm kind of positive of that because I tried playing a little bit of it for Switch this morning with the Pro controller, and it was hot garbage. But that doesn't mean that you can't still love something from I guess my adolescence. I was going to say my childhood, but I think I played that. I'm getting these all turned just the way that they have them in the manual here. And then I guess all the flowers will just kind of sit on there. Is Lego Speed Champions a good theme? No, it's terrible. Just terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I love it. This year isn't the good year to get into Speed Champions, in my opinion. I don't like any of the ones that they have coming out. There's a lot better ones in the past, but if you missed out on all the good ones, you're probably not going to get them now because they get very expensive. So if you have an inkling, and this is always my advice for Speed Champions people, if you have an inkling that you're going to like a Speed Champions set, just go ahead and get it, because if you wait too long and it retires, if you ever want it later, it's going to be crazy. And I guess that could be said for a lot of Lego sets. Jose says, the Technic is always the most boring part, but the result is awesome. I find Technic to be kind of kind of therapeutic, honestly. I typically don't build Lego Technic live because it takes too much of my brain capacity, which isn't a lot, you know? So I typically just build on my own. I did cheat a little bit with you guys here, on you guys. I built this already. I had a couple minutes there where I was waiting for my receiver transmitter to charge, and I was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and throw a couple pieces together. But this is kind of like what we're going to be doing here. If that's enticing to you, I welcome you to watch this. If not, you know, that's okay too. You can be here for the conversation. I built this one too. I cheated again, but now we're going to be kind of caught up. Yeah, Technic's not something to hate. I don't know if you can hate Technic. I can understand it being different than your typical Lego, but if you give Technic a chance, you may come away liking it. It's a little different. I do like, you know, I've built my share of Technic cars, but I do like what Lego Creator does more than Technic, just because I feel like the models look more realistic, because you can do a lot more with Technic or with regular pieces than you can with Technic. But for something like this, where you're trying to build like these flowers that are on this, I'll show you. It kind of works for this. You know, these are all like Technic panels that are on the side here, and it's not hard stuff. In fact, I could probably just wing it from here and it would still turn into a flower probably. But it takes a little bit of getting used to if you're getting into Technic. I don't recommend getting a big set. Maybe just get something small, like a $20 one, and see if you like it or not. If you've never done Technic, and you'd be surprised how many people haven't. Action says I just ordered the TIE Bomber, although it's on back order. Yeah, I think as far as gift with purchases right now, I think they're doing the Botanical one. Is that what they're doing? If you spend... No, Star Wars doesn't count on that. They put all of their themes that aren't selling as a part of that promo. You can get it like a Botanical collectible or whatever. It's like an action figure. It's nothing like the Botanical that you probably love if you were ever into Botanical. It doesn't look anything like that. In fact, I probably have the pieces here where I could just kind of make my own version of it, and I may do that just for fun. I'm building 10 of these, by the way. This is going to be very repetitive. I see at the end of this, these things you see back here, I have to build 6 of those. So yeah, we're going to be kind of doing the same thing over and over, but that's okay. That's a part of the game, and that's why I'm streaming it, because it gives me something to do and somebody to chat with while I do this. Although I could probably be listening to something or watching something, but I thought somebody might enjoy this. There's at least 4 people out there that want to see this set probably. I don't know if we're going to get done with it here. Probably not, because I don't think I'm committing to that much building. But we'll at least get this bag cranked out that I spent so much time just expertly laying out. It was kind of therapeutic just getting all these pieces all set out. Mainly what I'm trying to do, though, is alienate my entire audience. Because we've got... It's hard to say. If I had to guess, I would say we've got a lot of Star Wars people that are watching. We've got a lot of Ninjago people that are watching. We've got a lot of Minecraft people that are watching. Lego Super Mario, I see a lot of comments on those videos. I don't see comments about Lego Botanicals or building Lego flowers. But I make streams and videos for things I'm interested in, and if you are too, that's fine, and if not, that's fine too. Whatever floats your boat, that's what makes the world interesting, right? We all like different things, and sometimes if you're open to new things, you might end up liking it. So we're gonna put this one, you guys can't even see, these things are like really going far up in the air. There's another stick. We're building Technic sticks. There's 3. Let's build another one. We got to go through all these parts. This goes pretty quickly though, so we'll see how far we can get. There's 4 bags total. I'll show you the last bag. This one's probably a little more interesting than bag 3. This one actually has like the little flowers on it. I don't think I'm going to do a review or anything on this set. I don't think there's not enough interest in it to justify it or make it worth it. So I'll probably just take a picture of it when it's done. I'll show you where I'm going to put it, and it'll be like, there it is. Because I think doing a couple live streams of this has probably already been enough, probably more than enough content for a botanical set. These maybe I should just keep to myself. Kai says, I personally like the flower sets. The succulent one's pretty cool. I like the bouquet. That one was neat. I think I have the tulips, and did I get the sunflower? I got the sunflower one too. There's a whole bunch of stuff in my in my storage room. I just need to kind of build these sets. I like them just for the fact that most of my Lego stuff that I build it and then like I make a video on it and I'm like, cool, I enjoyed that. And then after that, it's like, well, that's the end of it. You know, like there's not much more to do. I don't plan to keep this on display for forever, but the flower stuff is one of those things that you can kind of like keep on display. It's naturally a display piece. And I think that's going to dictate my purchasing going forward. If I buy this set that I'm looking at, will I keep this built forever? Will it be a display piece? And if the answer is no, I'm probably going to pass on it, unless Clark Man's really into it. If the answer is yes, then maybe we do it. But I have other plans for this channel other than buying new Lego sets and stuff. I'm just kind of working through what I have. That January haul that I did, I kind of regret it a little bit. I spent $190 so far this year on Lego, just because of that Blacktron thing. I should have resisted, but I couldn't because it was a gift with purchase, and I'm like, oh, a gift with purchase, and I'm already getting this set for Clark Man, so let me get all these other things. But now I kind of regret buying that stuff because I didn't need it. I've got so much to build. Mark said, recently built a small flower set with the cactus. That's the succulents. Yeah, really liked it. And one of the sets my wife doesn't hate in the living room. See, that's another good strategy with these sets, is that, I think I talked about this last time, if you have a wife or girlfriend that's not really down with the Lego scene or being in the like the main part of the house, like I have most of my stuff down here, you could probably pass off one of these in your like your living room. You might be able to pull it off. Yeah, I'm glad I got the birdhouse, and I have the rabbit still sitting here. I just made it a Brickitect video. So I don't regret that, but why did I buy anything? I've got so much to build. I could have easily passed on the Blacktron thing. And I don't think my life would have been any different, especially considering that's still sitting there unbuilt. I haven't done anything with it. Tyler says, I love the orchid, but the build is really boring and repetitive. Well, this is the same. I mean, you can tell every one of these sides is exactly the same. There's like this Technic stacking thing that's inside there, all the same. These are kind of repetitive. I'm building 6 of these. I just think that's unavoidable when you're building something that kind of looks uniform like this does. But what you have to remember with Technic, which is kind of what these sets are, they're kind of a mixture. You have to remember that the ultimate result of this and the outcome is going to be worth the work that you're putting into it if it does feel repetitive. And if you feel like you're getting like kind of burnt out on it, just take a little break. That helps sometimes too. That's why I really loved building the Bugatti last year. I ended up building 1 bag a week, and it never felt overwhelming because it was just like, oh, I just built a bag. I listened to a podcast and I built a bag. And I'm going to do that with the Lambo too. Wait, how's this going? Oh, I see. Wait 1 darn minute. How does that work? Oh, I see. Was I supposed to put that there? Nope, I got these in the wrong spot. Please hold. I'm probably going to regret that. Getting those pieces out of there is going to be a nightmare. But it shall be done. What's the strategy for getting these out of here? Use your teeth? I was supposed to use one of... Do I even have it? Yeah, I have one of these pieces. My sister got the Lego flowers, but she hasn't built them yet. Oh, welcome to the club. I have so many things. Like some of the big stuff that I have, I know people are always curious what I have in my collection. I haven't done a backlog tour in God knows how long, but I have the typewriter. That's something I really want to build. I've got the space shuttle. I forget, I can't remember what that, the Challenger, I think that's one, is that what it was? I've got that to build. I've got a couple Lego Creator vehicles. Like I've got the Porsche 911 that I'm actually going to build the Lamborghini Countach out of. I actually have a Technic motorcycle, the Ducati. It's the red one. I want to build that, but I don't want to stream that. So that's going to be one that I just kind of surprise you guys with and be like, hey, I built this thing. Because that's going to take some attention here. Okay, we got another one of these built. And we'll just stab that right there. We're starting to fill this up. It kind of feels like bamboo now, doesn't it? Foxy says, if you really want gift with purchases really bad, can't you just get them on eBay? You can, but it's not the smart way of getting them. Especially if you were planning to get some sets otherwise, because you're getting this thing for free. For example, in the Blacktron example, I'll just keep it simple. Say they're giving away a $20 set for free with a $100 purchase. You could spend $100 on Lego and then get that for free, which is great. But maybe you don't want to spend $100. You just want that set. You could do that, and you could spend $20 on it, which is, you know, just fine, I suppose. But why not get that thing for free? Why not spend, like, the better thing to do, the smarter thing to do, if there weren't eBay fees attached to it, that kind of ruins it, would be to get the $100 set, then get the free thing, and then sell the $100 set for what you bought it for if you can. eBay fees are going to kind of eat into that, but why spend $20 on something you can get for free? That's kind of my philosophy. That's if you want it really bad, and if you really didn't want to spend anything else on Lego, or maybe you didn't have the budget to spend $100, it's certainly an option. You could just go on eBay and do it. What happened to the big Lego Star Wars set I built at our old house? I have no idea. Which one are we talking about, boss? I'll just, I could answer that. Ecto 1 is in there. Yep. I have, what else? Oh, I have a bunch of modulars that need built too. At this point, those might just be investments because I'm not going to get the value out of them that someone else will. So they might just become investment sets. Like I have the corner garage and the, what else do I have? I've got the land speeder that I think I'm going to use that as an investment set too, the Star Wars land speeder. Because again, in the future, these sets, I have the brick bank, I've got this, the assembly square set, Parisian restaurant. I'm going to build the Parisian restaurant. That's been one that I've wanted to build for a long time. But you get to the point with Lego sometimes with the prices of things because people are crazy out there. They're a little nuts that the price you can get for it, like for example, you bought a set for $200 and it's now worth $400. When you're looking at that set and trying to decide if you're going to build it or not, you have to decide if that set's really worth $400 to you because that's what it could sell for. And I would think in the case of most of those modulars, especially as time goes by and the prices continually go up, I think I would have a hard time justifying building those sets when I could get insane amounts of money off of them. So that's probably what's going to happen with those, especially considering with the city idea that I have planned. I don't want to put any like Lego built stuff in my city. It's all going to be custom things. So if you're not doing a city with all those modulars, what are you going to do with them ultimately? So I think those will just be investments, and we'll strike when the iron's hot, hopefully. But there's all my bamboo, all my sticks coming out of my flower pot here. Mesmerizing, I know. Now this is where it's going to get. I mean, if it wasn't boring before, now it is. Let's go into building all these leaves. You can see they have to build 6 of these. I know. Fascinating. So let's build them. I'll be an expert at this before we finish this stream. Or maybe I'll finish it before that. Who knows? All right, so we got, these are these both big ones? Oh, some of these are, I should separate these out a little bit. Some of these are like left ones and some are rights. So we'll put these out here. That way when we're reaching for them, we have the right ones. Each one of these like panel pieces, which this would typically be a door on a Technic set or something. These all become halves of leaves and you'll see it come together here. Just like this. It does work, right? Like that does look like a leaf. I don't know what else you could use in Lego that would do such a good job as this. Freddie says, I wish I had a Lego set right now because I hate looking through a bin of Lego pieces and have to find them. Dude, that's some of the most fun of Lego. That's how I grew up with Lego, and I think it's awesome. If you hate digging through a bin, it's not about having a new Lego set. It's about getting organized. And you can do that fairly inexpensively. Like these little bins I have here, perfect for getting organized. You want your small pieces organized? There you go. This is like $6 at Walmart. Go get something like this, then you don't have to go sorting through your stuff or looking through your stuff for everything if everything is all nicely organized. And then building becomes fun. If you're building a mock, you know, like, okay, well, there's my pieces. This is what I have to work with. And if you have a smaller collection, that makes it even easier. It's going to take me forever to get organized and sorted. But ultimately, what I want to do is be more creative with Lego. And I'm going to try to convince you guys to do the same. So when we do these streams someday in the future, the kids won't be asking, Greg, are you buying this set? They're going to be like, hey, Greg, I built this thing like this, or hey, what mock are you making this week? We're gonna move your guys' interests, whether you're with us or not. The interests will move from the acquisition of Lego and the constant consumption of Lego and new sets to how creative can we be using Lego as a medium. That's where we're going. And if you're on board, that's cool. And if all you want to see is people open boxes and all that stuff, which kind of irks me, even though I have hundreds of haul videos, I'm just ready to do something different. I don't think acquiring tons of Lego like this, especially if you don't have a chance to build it or if you're behind like I am, I just don't think it makes sense for me. That's not to say that it doesn't make sense for you. If that's your thing, that's fine. You'll find lots of channels out there that's really all they do is constantly buy Lego, but I'm just over it. It's not sustainable in the long run. You know, I have an entire room full of Lego pieces, and it's like, what's the purpose of this? Like, even the stuff that I moved from our old house, that was late 2019. I boxed all of my old Lego sets up. I moved them to this house. This is over 3 years ago. Put them in the storage room, in the moving boxes, and they still sit there. How is that serving me? What is that doing for me? What's the purpose of that? I'd much rather have something like this. I actually got more of these bins. I want to have all my pieces organized, and if I have something that I want to build that comes to my mind, or if I see something cool on Instagram or on YouTube or anywhere, I can be like, all right, let's make it happen. And that's the direction that I want to go. And I think it's going to be way more exciting building my own stuff than building other people's designs, which is kind of what we're doing now. I can appreciate it though. And oftentimes, here's one of these things, by the way. Oftentimes it's impressive to see what designers come up with. But wouldn't it be way more exciting to see what you can come up with? And that comment about, you know, being annoyed that you have to dig through your pieces is kind of inspired me to go off this rant. But that's what I'm looking forward to. Brick Badger says, totally agree with your new mentality towards buying Lego to just store it. I tend to buy sets I'm interested in. Once my storage allocation is full, I either build them or I sell them. Yeah, I haven't got the bravery yet, like you, to actually sell sets. But I can definitely stop my my purchasing of sets. Canadian says, been waiting for years for more mock content. Can't wait. Dude, I've got a list of things I want to make. One thing involves a whole bunch of brick separators. We've got tons of those through the mail when we were doing mail time, which stopping mail time was the greatest decision I've ever made. That definitely didn't help for the acquisition of things. And it's very stressful to have to acquire all that stuff. First world problems, but yeah, I'm just excited to make do with what I have. I'm still going to go to yard sales, of course, and see what I can score. And if I can get pieces for the collection, that'll always be great. But sets are going to have to be special to me with Lego. Like if I buy something from Lego going forward, I'm not going to do one of the crazy things where I'm like, I'm not buying Lego for a year. That's probably not going to happen, especially with gift purchases. But if there's a cool gift purchase and there's a set that I really love, like I like the wildflower set of this. Even though there's no interest in my community with this flowers, I still want to get it so I can build it myself. Yeah, brick separators are very rare. Yeah, organizing Lego, definitely relaxing. I can agree with that. I go through like a range of emotions, and maybe you guys can relate to this. When I'm like sorting my Lego pieces, I enjoy the process. Like I'll listen to a podcast and I can do that for hours, just sorting pieces, and it feels good. But when I'm done, I look at it and it's like, hey, that looks great. But then I look at my the main collection, and I'm like, that was just a drop in the ocean. I barely made any progress. So sometimes like organizing your Lego can feel, it feels a little disheartening when you're doing it, and it's like, man, I still got so much to go. But every little bit helps. It's just like losing weight, for example. You know, if you're 100 pounds overweight, you're not going to lose 100 pounds in one day. You might lose a pound this week. And if you can lose a pound, or if you can get a pound of Lego organized, that's a good place to start. and you just keep working at it. And over time, you'll thank yourself. Like my future self, which is me now, thanks my past self for taking the time to start organizing. In fact, like I did all of my slopes. You may have seen my post. I'll show you guys this since we're just building leaves here. All of my, let me get some light here. All of my slopes were in one big drawer like that over there, completely full that I couldn't even open. So now I have everything like this. And some of these, like ideally all the colors, like I have all like the brown colors there like that, for example. But some of the colors, there's just so many to fit in these drawers. Like I was able to get the green in there, and yellow kind of fits, but you can see like orange. So if I ever need a slope, I don't organize to the point where it's like all that can be in here, for example, is this. This is the only element. That'd be like a Bricklink type thing. Mine is like, the way my brain works, it's like I need slopes. I'm building a dinosaur, a green dinosaur. Oh, what a perfect place to be. Could put them all in there. And that's kind of how it is. Gray is crazy. Look at this. We got like dark bluish gray, the double wides, single wides. And then we got like the old dark gray, which is like the kind of yellowish looking. Like sometimes if you see these in a yard sale lot or whatever, you might think they're just dirty ones of these, but they're not. And then we got the old gray. Wait, yeah, I think so. And then we got like light bluish gray. So there's all kinds of gray, and you can see that one's starting to overflow. So I'm probably gonna have to get another one. But I bought a whole bunch more of these. Ideally, what's gonna happen is this whole area all the way to the ceiling is just gonna be full of these drawers, and that's where all of my stuff's gonna be. And I still have that. I took out some mini fingers that I had in here, but you know, these, I don't have it sorted down to like the bare essentials, but you can see some of them are like that. I've got like some minifig parts. It's like helmets and heads. We've got heads in there. We've got like torso accessories. These are like feet accessories. You just got to do whatever works for you and figure it out. Like these kind of started overflowing, and I just, you know, I put the whites, grays, and blacks down there because there's so many of those. So that's my system. And you just have to do something that works for you. And what's really great is Clarkman gets really good at memorizing where these things are, and he just comes over here and starts whipping drawers open. And yeah, he's a beast. So this is the setup now. I guess this would be kind of cool to show just because this won't be like this for very long. That's as far as it goes, but the TV is going to go, so we've got a whole bunch more of those. In fact, if I bring you over here, pardon the mess. Actually, can I show this to you? Yeah. These are all drawers coming in right here. These are all those little Sterilite drawers. So I've got boxes of them, and I was going to make a video putting them in because that's kind of fun. That's way more fun, I think. Like doing the organizing and stuff is way more fun than watching me build a plant. So I appreciate you troopers for being here with me while I do this. you few survivors. We're in this together, I guess. Question is, has Lego got too greedy with their pricing? No, I don't think so. I think people feel that way, but economics, it's supply and demand. If they stop selling Lego sets, they will have gotten too greedy, but I don't think they're stopping selling Lego sets. They're just charging what people are willing to pay. And that's the way business works. So the question's a very easy answer, no. You can complain about the prices if you want to. You can sit here and whine about them and balk about it, but ultimately people probably are going to buy the sets at the prices that they're charging, and I think they absolutely are. And your opinion of that should shape how you buy Lego then. Like if you think they've gotten too greedy with their prices, then don't buy any Lego sets this year. And if everyone else feels the same way, hopefully they do, the prices will come down or sets will go on sale. You'll see a difference in the next year. I think though that people will continue buying, and you're just gonna either have to put up or shut up. It's gonna be one of the two things. That's why I've decided I'm not complaining about Lego anymore, like with their prices and stuff. I do think, like personally, I think that their prices are high. I think that they're like maybe 25% higher than where they should be. But I typically don't buy sets when they're full price unless I have to. I always try to get something out of it, whether it's a free set, which I consider that kind of a discount, or I just wait to buy them from other places other than Lego. So that's where I'm at. But again, I mean, everyone can have their opinion on it. I think it's way easier to think that Lego's overpriced. And I don't think you're gonna have anybody say that they think Lego's underpriced. Like there's not a single person here. It's like, man, I really wish Lego would raise their prices. No one's gonna say that. But there's no sense in even debating it because you have the choice. It's not like it's It's not like Lego is something like gasoline where you're forced to buy it in most cases, like to get around. Even there you could probably walk if you can. It's not an essential good. It's something that you do as a hobby for fun. And if you think that the prices are too high, leave the hobby. Or do what I'm talking about. Have your collection, and like the greatest thing about this particular hobby is that what you own right now, you can play with and turn into an infinite number of things if you have the creativity. Unfortunately, most people, well, I shouldn't say most people don't. It's like, at least in the adult world. I think kids are really great at being creative, and they spend a lot of time making really cool stuff, and I love to see that. That was one of my favorite things about when we used to do the mock contests. Like seeing all the things that kids would come up with. But I think adults, they just buy to like put on display, kind of just like what I was talking about. And then once you build that thing and put it on display, that's the end of that. And yeah, in that case, it may not feel like you're getting your value, but if you buy a Lego Classic set and you build with that set for the next 5 years, I would say that that's probably one of the least expensive hobbies you can get into. Just my 2 cents, though. Yeah, Chris says, Disney is a prime example. People will complain when tickets rise in price, but they still go. Let me tell you, Disney is very expensive, and I did not see them lacking in customers whatsoever. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Lego. I do think that they're starting to really push the envelope, because you start to see them actually having sales in their website, which never used to happen. Like for them to put something at 20% off. And then last year they were doing that thing where it's like, hey, if you just spend, a couple VIP points, we'll give you a discount on this Lego set. That you never heard of that before. So I do think that they're maybe 4 down, by the way. I do think that maybe they're pushing it a little bit. And maybe they're starting to realize that, and it's going to take some time for things to come back in line. But for now, like there's this year, it's pretty much it's a wrap. They're going to do what the prices aren't going to come down. They're like, unlike what they did where they were like, hey, all these prices are going up, even sets on the shelves. They're not going to be like, yeah, just kidding. We're going to put them back down again. Matt says, I like now there are many sets for us adults who want to display them. There are a lot of sets. And I think that's a part of the problem with the prices going up, is because a lot of adults are starting to come into the hobby, especially after the pandemic. And adults have disposable income, and they're willing to spend hundreds of dollars on a Hulkbuster, for example, or a Black Panther bust. Especially if you're a Marvel detector or Star Wars people, they're just off their rocker. They'll buy anything at any price if it says Star Wars on it. And that's Lego obviously sees that, and that's why prices go up. But again, this is a very easy hobby to just not participate in that, because you probably have enough now that I could never buy another Lego brick for the rest of my life and probably never run out of things to do and content to make. You just got to be creative. Cloud City, yeah, it's in the storage room. I did not sell it. I haven't really sold any Lego. Star Wars has made me broke, absolutely. I feel like people can relate to that one a lot. A lot of good stuff that comes out. It's just hard to resist. Rise of the Resistance. If you want to make out with buying Lego, your best bet, if you're trying to get the best bang for your buck, and this is excluding yard sales, we're talking new Lego, buy some creator sets from Walmart or Amazon. I would say Target, but they never reduce their prices. Get like a 20% off creator set. It's a 3-in-1. So you got 3 sets to build for one price. And then when you're done with that, you can build other things too. Like that rabbit set, for example, or this birdhouse is a good example. This is a $30 set. You get 476 pieces. You can build that birdhouse, pretty cool. Or you can build a little beehive type thing, or the bee house. And then you can build this bench with the animals. Or you could like make your own thing. You could build like a little house and have other animals in there. You can do whatever you want with this. This is extreme value for 30 bucks. In comparison, the set that I'm building right now, this set is $100. And you look at this and it's like, what am I going to do with this? Like I'm happy to have it because I'm going to put it on display. But for the average person or creative or kid, which this is an 18 plus set, I believe. So you don't have to worry about that. This set's very low value, other than the fact that I'll have this on display in my studio probably for the rest of my days until I run out of space and maybe need to replace it with something else. You just got to decide where your priorities are and what your values are. And everybody's different, so you can decide. But it's pretty easy. You can make a birdhouse AT-AT. You could pull that off. If you did, I would be like very impressed by that. Canadian says, I haven't bought Lego in a while, but I absolutely love the new helmets and might have to buy. There you go. He's coming back in. That's how they get you. It's the gateway drug. Ooh, new helmets. What else do they have for sale? I have to get to this price point to get to give the purchase. Boom! Lego has you. Those cheeky devils. All right, I got one more. Let's see here. I think by now I'd have this down to an art or down to a science. Is it down to a science? Yeah. Okay, we're putting this on. This is my last leaf that I have to do. That was a pretty simple bag. There we go. We got all those. I've got one piece left over. These little things are nice. If you ever want to like put your pieces in something, these are, I guess, like condiment cups. You'd get them at like a, food fair or something where you'd put ketchup in there or something. It's nice for sorting your pieces out. Here's all my leaves. Let's see if these go on yet. Do they? Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna put all these leaves up. Let's get you guys the angulation so you can see it. Yeah, you can only escape Lego for so long, Canadian. You'll be back. You'll be back. They'll make something that you can't resist. Okay, so we'll put that back here. All these leaves. Oh my gosh. It's so high up you can't even see it. We're gonna put these things all over. This is actually gonna be a challenge to display just because of the height. I didn't realize just how tall this was. We'll find a spot though. We'll find a way. All of my shelves seem to be like 12 inches tall. I don't know why that is. It must just be the magical number for having things on display for people. That's why I like to get the ones that are kind of adjustable. But here it is so far, if you guys want to see this. That's after 3 bags. I think I'm going to get into bag 4 and start opening it up. Clarkman will be home here in about 20 minutes, so we'll stream for a bit longer if you guys are interested in seeing a little bit more of this. But that's what it looks like so far. And then bag 4, let's see what we're doing here. Oh, good Lord, what is happening? Oh, we're putting, I guess it's like the front half. We're going to be doing some more of this, just a couple little pieces in the front, and then we have to build the flower. So let's get into those pieces. Very least I'll organize them, and then we can chat while I do that. So let's go 4. Canadian says, when I order them, Lego will 100% get me with the 501st Battle Pack. Okay, so the gateway is the helmets, and then you're going to get a 501st Battle Pack. And then while you're there, you might as well get a TIE Bomber since it's on back order. And all of a sudden, you've got the entire wave of Star Wars. Matt says, I blame Greg and Ryan for getting me back into Lego. Their videos pushed me to get back into it. Greatest thing that ever happened. My apologies to your wallet, though, sir. I always send out a warning. Watching, ooh, look at this. Watching Lego videos is a very dangerous hobby to have. It will cost you money. If you have money. If you don't, it makes it a little bit easier. You just have to like dream about things. Or try to make it on your own. I thought that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. Like when a new Lego set comes out, it had to be something somewhat small. But when a new Lego set comes out, I could try to build it with the pieces I have. So like build it for free, basically. Wouldn't that be kind of an interesting thing to kind of follow? I think it would be. I could live stream some of that too. Maybe we could do like a live mock sesh. I've built a few mocks live before, and it actually turns out pretty well because you can get insight from people. Like when you're sitting there kind of debating something, people can be like, yeah, I don't think that works out very well, Greg. And you're like, oh, you're right. Let's put a different piece in there. That's a fun thing to do. Oh my God, no more questions about buying sets, guys. I just went on like a whole rant about it. There's a Princess Leia helmet out. Will you get it? No. It's hideous. I don't think I'm getting any of the helmets, to be honest with you. I have a few of them, and more so than the new ones that are coming out, I want to get the Luke Skywalker helmet and maybe the Mando one. I've seen them at 20% off. I just haven't pulled the trigger. But as far as buying any sets, like if I can just give like a very broad answer, if I'm buying anything in particular, the answer is no. I have no plans of buying anything at all this year. There will be sets that come up that I like. For example, on February 1st, the Wildflower set comes out. Am I going to buy that right away? Probably not, because I'm not going to get into it right away. So I'll wait until there's some type of amazing gift with purchase where you have to spend $100, and then I'll do that. But there's nothing like I bought everything that I want from January. And I have like regrets about it, as I mentioned. But I really don't want to talk about what sets I plan to buy, if I'm going to buy sets, if I've seen news on sets. I mean, I guess that's fine. I just find it like, I don't know. You guys feel me? You get what I'm saying? I guess it's a valid question because you're curious if I'm going to be covering it on the channel, but I'm overbuying stuff. I just literally overbuying stuff. I can't take on any more Lego right now. We need to get stuff built. So that's what we're going to spend this year doing. I will be buying stuff along the way, but it has to be something really special to me. Mark says, with your backlog, you're set for a year of building at least easily. Easily. I've got some big stuff to build, and it's going to take me a while to get through it. Let's put all these little red pieces into a cup. I got lots of time. The problem, I think where I ran into a lot of issues with the backlog was, well, mail time was always contributed to it, and we were always making like videos on those sets. But I think it was 2021. Lego was doing some amazing stuff with gift purchases. And every time they would, it'd be like on a $200 set. So I was like, okay, I'll get the Ecto 1, I'll get the spaceship, I'll get this, I'll get that, and it just started adding up like crazy to the point where it was way more than I was building at. I couldn't keep up with what I was purchasing. And again, first world problem, good problem to have, I suppose. I'm going to sort these by color just to make life easier. But it got a little out of hand, and I should have had some restraint back then. I have restraint now. I didn't then. I should have been like, listen, I don't need to go out and buy all these sets, man. This isn't necessary. That gift of purchase is cool, but do I really need it? I did. I did at the time. Oh my, my head's gonna explode. That same person's like, what's your opinion about the A-frame cabin? Ah! I'm getting trolled, I think. They're just like, okay, check that one off my list. What about this set? The popcorn cart. Yeah, oh my gosh, I have so many of those that I still need to put together. I was going to put it up to the ceiling. That'd be fun to do in our town. Or there you go. Thank you, Chris. Doing the world a favor. I'm not trying to get upset or anything. It's just at some point it just the questions. I already deleted the word favorite. So anytime like you guys ask a favorite question, because I used to get them like so often, especially from younger kids, because it's one of those questions that they can ask where it's like I'm not really like following the conversation that's happening, but I can most certainly ask like, what's your favorite this, that, or the other. So anytime you ask a favorite question, those just automatically get like, no one sees them. They don't get deleted. They just don't exist. So I've gotten out of those, but I haven't gotten out of the, are you buying things? Because that would eliminate a lot of potential questions. But not seeing the word favorite. In fact, I did the same thing for Clarkman's streams. He was getting those questions too. Like someone said, like, what's your favorite thing to say? That was the point where I'm like, do you want me to get rid of the favorite questions? And he was like, yeah. So when your 8-year-old's getting tired of it, like, what's your favorite thing to say? That's when you're really reaching for those favorite questions. You're like, what's your favorite thing to say? I was like, nope, I'm out. If you're a moderator, you can ask a favorite question though. I think you're able to. But outside of that, no. If you want to know what my favorite set is, I will answer it since we got into the topic of it. Ninjago City Gardens. It's been the same answer to the same question for about 3 years. That's my favorite. Have I banned it in every language? I don't think so. No, just English mostly. So you could ask me in another language, but then I wouldn't be able to reply to it because it would be in another language. Yeah, I can't believe Clark is 8 either. It's Time flies, man. It really does. What I've learned is that you really have to capture in all these moments because they go by in an instant. I feel like by making videos of these things, it's so awesome because I could go back to those times. It would be a bummer to not have these videos, I feel like, because we've had so many adventures and done so much stuff that to go back and be like, you know, all those are just memories, which they are, but sometimes I'll go back and watch videos that I don't remember that day because I filmed just, you know, the normal things of life. It's one thing, like, you definitely remember going on like a trip or a vacation or like special moments like that, but do you remember just like a random Tuesday where you played with monster trucks in the house? Probably not. Like, you remember that as like something that you did, but you don't remember that moment. And to be able to use these videos to go back to those moments is just really cool. I love doing that. So sometimes I'll just watch a random video. I know other people do this too. I'll just go back and watch a random video of what we were up to that day. And it's been cool. Matt says, I can't believe how many years I've been watching you guys. Time is moving fast. It's crazy. It's weird because when you're a kid, like I remember being a kid in like summertime, for example, it felt like it lasted forever. And like you were like, I was actually bored sometimes, like, man, without school, like there's nothing to do. Now these days, I don't know if it's just being an adult or what, the time just seems like it blasts by. And it's pretty crazy. I do feel like saying that is like what old people say though, like, oh, time's going so fast. Canadian says, I feel like for me and many others, he'll be 4 or 5 forever. Yeah, oh man, that's a really special time with raising kids when they're that age. Because they're just developing, and every day is kind of like something new. It's really cool. As they get a little older, like once they learn to speak and like some of those groundbreaking things that happen when you're very little, they start slowing a little bit. And I would notice it sometimes, and it always made me kind of sad, like when Clark he learned to say a word properly. I'm like, oh man, it's a good thing technically, but you miss when he would like say something a certain way, and then that kind of gets lost. And over time, more and more of those things start happening. So when you have a kid, if you choose to, and it's a big decision to make, try to like remember all those little moments because they go by quick. All right, you guys ready for more repetition? Here's what this looks like inside. We got spots for our next thing. This is very much like when you do like fake flowers and they have like that foam that you push the stuff down into. That's kind of what this feels like. But we have to do a very repetitious building of these sand green spikes that are coming up here. And then we get to build the flowers. So that's kind of cool. I think we might finish this today, depending on how much time I have here. I know my mother and father-in-law, I think, are here to do... I'm just going to start building a bunch of these. I have to build... Oh, my goodness. I have to build 30 of these. Let's go. There's one. We'll do it in groups of 10. I'll bring you guys down so you can see it. Build 30 of these guys. And then we'll just start stacking them all up on top of each other. This makes the pieces go fast. Yeah, the pot design is pretty cool. I'm curious to see what happens when... it's completely filled with dirt and stuff. The dirt is these studs. If you want to do bag 5, this is bag 5. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. I'm going to go on a speed run here. Let's build all these bad boys. Matt says he remembers when the mech dragon took a flight. That was everyone's favorite classic moment. Took a tumble. That and the time that I dropped the Volkswagen Beetle when I was carrying it by the hood, or the roof, actually. Minalti says, my son is 5, so that is a stage we're at now. Man, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's so much fun. He's probably just getting into Lego right now. He's probably, well, depending on how early you started him. Clark got started very early. He's probably playing with some junior sets, I bet. Can you imagine some people don't let their kids get into the hobbies like this? Clark says he has a friend his dad has like a PS5 or something like that. I think he said a PS5. And he doesn't let the kid play it. Like he gets like yelled at if he goes anywhere near this console. I was like, well, do they play together? And he's like, no. I'm like, man, that seems like really harsh. Like, you imagine having a console like that and then not letting your kid play it. Who's 8 years old? I could see if he was like 2 and he's going to put the controller in his mouth or, something like that. But to not let your kid play your PlayStation. Come on, man. You Grinch. Come on, you Grinch. Clarkman probably plays my systems more than I do. Have I built 30 of these yet? How's that even possible? I don't feel like there's even 30 of these here. Maybe there are. We'll keep building them until we run out, I guess. Are there really? Are there really 30? Yeah, so I guess this kid likes playing the craft, as kids sometimes do. He has to play on his tablet. What's the latest weight loss progress? He's still on track to be mega ripped. Down 11 pounds in January. This week was 1.8. A little. I wasn't thrilled with the progress, but that's 1 week. If you guys didn't know, I talk about this in my podcast. I'm trying to get shredded, and I started the day after Clark's birthday, which is January 3rd, and today's the 27th, so we're looking at 24 days. I'm down 11 pounds so far, just by watching what I'm eating. No nighttime snacking, no drinks with calories. Just doing that, and it's worked out well. Do you think there's 30 of these here? What's the over-under on this? Let's do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Man, maybe there is. There's our 10. We need one with 8. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then there's 12. Dang. That is crazy. I did not feel like 30 of those to me. Now we got to stack all those up. So yeah, 11 pounds down. I encourage anyone, if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight, all you really need to focus on is eating at a caloric deficit. You really don't even have to work out if you didn't want to. Just when you go to the refrigerator or the freezer and you're pulling out the ice cream, just really think like, how does your body burn calories? And are those calories you're about to take in, are they worth it? I know you didn't come here for fitness advice, so I'll limit it to that. But like, just think like, okay, I'm not really active today, or I'm not doing anything that's active. If I eat 500 calories of ice cream, how's that going to affect me? I just put that on there, by the way, if you guys want to see. We got a stick, this stick. And that's really all you have to do. You don't have to get crazy on it like I have been. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You just be like, all right, I'm not gonna drink soda this week. And so, like, I had a friend that I used to work with. He just stopped drinking soda and he started losing weight just from that. Crazy. Matt says, I'm down the same 3 meals a day and just walk. See, that's all it takes. I've been trying to really go aggressive. So I've been really limiting carbs too, which has been painful. I did have a cheat though. I ended up having pizza this week, and I don't have any regrets. I needed that. Sometimes you just need that thing in your life, you know? Canadian says, my favorite moments were the quarantine streams. Every day was an adventure. From Reverend BFab, your hater. Oh, I miss Block My Tech. I looked his channel up the other day, and he hasn't done anything in years. Craggle, trying to steal the misses, Brickitect. Would love to see you stream with your friends again. Most of my friends their Lego channels died out. That's kind of what happens in Lego community, and you've probably seen it with creators that you watch. There's a few people that have stuck around throughout the years, but most people, they make a channel, or they have a Lego account, or whatever username, and they're here for a bit, and this hobby serves them for as long as it kind of needs to, and then they move on. Like how long? Who's been here the longest? Who's been here who's been here more than 2 years? That's watching this. Have you been here more than 2 years? I think the audience just kind of recycles, and people in the community do too. Like, none of those guys really make content anymore. It's just me. Shy does. Shy makes content. Craggle does on occasion. Ginblade, R.I.P. But here's my flower. It's coming together. I actually got to put some flowers on here. You guys ready to do this? I wasn't really planning to build bag 4, but I always tend to go further than what I anticipated. I was thinking like, I'll get on, we'll stream for like 30 minutes or something like that. I'll just pop on, say hi. I'm sure somebody would like to have a little something to watch. Okay, I'm wrong. There's a lot more people here that have been here longer than ever. I would say you guys that are watching this it definitely takes some dedication to watch a guy sit and build this set. I would say of all things, because this isn't like not groundbreaking. If you wanted to see, most people never wanted to see a video on this or a live stream, and if they did, if you were one of the people that were like, you know, I really love Lego Flowers, you would have seen a review on this from somebody in the LAN when the set came out, which is well over a year ago. I got this on sale in November of 21. This has been out for a while. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Way I see it, it's mainly just for the conversation. That's why I like to stream, just to chat about random stuff. And oftentimes the chat kind of moves me in certain directions, which I like. Sometimes they move me in the wrong direction, like talking about sets I want to buy. But it's, either way, I enjoy it. That's why I keep doing it. All right, let's put this on the back here. My thoughts on streaming, I've shared this before. It's like, figure if you're going to sit and build something, you might as well share it, because you just don't know. There's lots of people that are here. Some people chat, some people don't. But for someone out there, this could be like I won't say the highlight of their day, but it's definitely something that they look forward to. And I may never hear from that person or know them or anything like that. But for just knowing that, I think is worthwhile, you know? So hopefully if that's you, hopefully this is entertaining to you. Or something. Informative, entertaining, inspirational, educational. Those are pretty much all the things that you can do in through content. Mark says, never about the set, about the conversation. I appreciate that, man. It's relaxing. I'll try to be more chill. I won't get so fired up sometimes. How's the microphone quality, by the way? I haven't gone back and listened to these streams. Everyone's given me the thumbs up on how it sounds. I'm using like a wireless mic system. I used to use like a shotgun mic, but you have to be like right on it for it to hear. And the way that I had this camera positioned wouldn't really work too well for that. So we kind of have it off to the side. Hey, look at that. We got to build 3 of these. It looks like a butterfly or something, doesn't it? Bird of paradise? I should probably read about this. I don't know much about the plant. I won't do that to you. You're like, Greg, for the love of God, don't read. It's boring enough watching you build this thing and doing the repetition. Don't read about it. All right, thank you guys for the audio check. Audio check. I'm mostly excited just to like have this done and show it off. I might try to sneak it up into the main part of the house. Be like, you know, just put it where one of our plants are right now and see if anyone notices. You never have to water it. You just have to dust it. That's all you have to do. I'll try to move it up so you guys can see the plant. I love those leaves are so cool, aren't they? You may hate Technic, but those leaves are neat. I can't wait to see what it looks like with all these flowers on there. This is going to be awesome. This is all I have left. This is it. Can I get this done before I get called for dinner? Once that happens, I'm done for. Clark Man's going to be home in about 10 minutes. Maybe I'll surprise you guys. I'll stream as long as I can, then I'll surprise you guys with a photo. Surprise! Here it is done. I don't know why in my mind I feel like no one cares about this set. It kind of takes the wind out of my sail a little bit, because it's one thing when you share something that people are excited about. Like I feel like the ice cream or the slushy van, that was like a new set that was out, and Clark was all about that thing, and I was like, dude, this thing is pretty cool. And like building that and sharing it, I thought this is gonna be great because people get to see a new set that's out, and we're building it up and having fun. But this is kind of different, and I probably shouldn't question it, but I do, and I'm like, man, is anybody even gonna care about this? Does anyone even want to watch this? But you guys always surprise me, and it's kind of cool. All right, this one goes like that. Like that. Yeah, the leaves do look pretty cool. Lego must invade the upper levels. I'm going to try, Chris. I'm going to try my best. I have done things like seasonally where I'll just put like a little thing up there, but then it always has to migrate away. Ooh, I should save this for Valentine's Day. You guys know it's coming up, right? Don't want to forget that one. Here you go, Mrs. Brickitect. I got you a Valentine's Day gift. She's like, get this out of here. I'll be like, noted. I'll go get the chocolates. Noted. There's 2. 2 down, 1 to go. Let's get these all positioned properly. I think they should go like that. Beautiful. 1 more. Let's do this. There's a lot of pieces left here. I feel like there's a lot more to go. What could possibly be in the works for me? I was thinking this might be the end. Apparently not. This build does go fast. If you're looking at this and you're like, ugh, don't like that kind. You saw how quickly that I've been able to just kind of crank through these repetitious flower builds. It's not terrible. Let's put that on. It's nice to build something with a little bit of color in it for once too. Been building green. Well, I built the flower pot, which was colorful in the inside. Now we're back into some nice colors again, and I'm thankful for that. Gives you a little something to look forward to, rather than just these green sticks that I've been building. When I saw what I was going to be building today, I was just like, oh goodness, that's a lot of sticks. I built a pot and then I built sticks. The pinnacle of entertainment. Matt says, another Valentine's Day that's free. Joys of single life. There you go. There you go. Streaming for an hour. Thank you for the time update. Better than 5 hours. Okay, I get to put these on. You guys ready? The moment we've all been waiting for, at least me. Just myself. We're going to like bend these like that. And then they have them kind of facing outward like this. And on the box, they're kind of facing up a little bit. So we'll do what they say. And then this one goes here. And then, I know you're not at a very good angle to see that. This one's going to go facing directly towards me if it was like this. Push that down a little bit. Yeah. Here, let me get you right in there so you can see it. Our flowers are on. What do we got left? Another stick. Okay, we're building another stem. Stick stem, sticky stem. I can do this. Let's get this thing done. Let's just finish it. Finish it. Anybody play Mortal Kombat? Did I finish House of Dragon? Yes. I talk about it a little bit on the podcast. I was hoping that it was self-contained to one season, first of all. But now I'm just so hyped on season 2. I'm like, when's it coming out? And then I read that it just went into pre-production like 2 days ago. I'm like, no, I need that second season right now. Now we're watching White Lotus on HBO Max. I don't know if anyone has watched that or not, but we've moved from, I won't spoil anything on anything that I watch, but we moved to White Lotus. We've got almost an episode in, but we got to watch it when Clarkman's not home, so that makes it kind of a little complicated. Because some of these things aren't really appropriate for the kiddos, you know what I'm saying? Got another stick put in. Another stick. Another one. Mortal Kombat! I want to find a compilation of all the Mortal Kombat games. I think there was one for like PlayStation 2 or something. I wouldn't mind going back and like playing all those and streaming them. I think that'd be kind of fun. If you guys don't know what Mortal Kombat is, some of you probably do. It's a very violent fighting game that came out back in the 90s. It had fatalities in it. It had like blood that Nintendo ended up making green because they didn't like that very much. It was just like hyper violent, and it was I think like a symbol of the 1990s for me. And they made a ton of these games. No, I don't think they made as many as they did. Well, probably more than Street Fighter in terms of actual games. Street Fighter did more of like a Street Fighter 2, the 75th version of it. Turbo, Alpha, Centauri, they did all that stuff. Wednesday, yeah, we were watching Wednesday as well. I'm not quite as into that as I was House of Dragon. Not quite up my alley, but Cody's liking it. Clarkman bailed on that one too. All right, we've got flowers. We got not flowers. We've got more of these guys to do. So let's do it. I'm just gonna dump these out, make my life easy. A couple more of these. I think it's the same thing all over again, and then we have this done. Hype, hype. I thank you guys for sticking with me through this journey that we're on here. Move this down so you guys can see the build a little more. I'm just going to be building a bunch of these. Whatever you do, though, don't watch the Mortal Kombat movie. Although the new one, I haven't watched the new one fully yet. I started watching the beginning of it, and Cody was like, nope, that's too violent for Clark, man. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. Andor. We are most of the way through Andor. Need to continue watching that. I'll just say that we're like right after the heist. I think I can say that without blowing anybody's operation up. We're right after the heist, trying to figure out what happens next. The problem is, like, we start all these different shows and then have a bunch on the go. But Andor's pretty cool. I'm liking that one a lot. I like that more than Wednesday. I'll say that. That seems like more up my alley. All right, I gotta build another one of these. It's the same thing. So again, if you don't like repetition, pass on this set, because this will be my 8th one of these that I built. You could also, if you were feeling froggy, you could make a plane out of this. It could be plane wings, if you're into the mock scene. This should be it, though. I think we're at the end. It's somewhat concerning that I have a couple bricks left here. I don't know where those... Oh, Sugar Shack. I see where they're supposed to go. They were supposed to go on one of the flowers that I did. We're going to have to fix that. Clarkman's bus just dropped him off. He might be making a random appearance down here. That'll make a few people happy, I imagine. Okay, we got that done. We got one more of these. This is starting to come together, I think, guys. The pieces are dwindling. Got that. Put that on here. One of these, and I just got to build the bottom part of that before we put this on, because I forgot to do this on the bottom of that one flower. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I was like, why do I have... Wait a minute. How do those go? Oh, I see. Goes like this. I thought I'd build it without instructions. You sweet summer child. Okay. Forgot to put that on right here. I guess I got a little ahead of myself. Sometimes when you start getting into the repetition, do I have that in the right spot? You forget things. Let me take that off and put it on. Make sure it's all snapped in properly. It looks good. Put that back on. We've got 2 more leaves to put on here. And then we go into bag 5. Okay, so that's going to go there. And that's the only downside, is like these black and gray pieces that are showing here. Kind of takes away from it. Bag 5. I love this. We're dumping dirt in, boys. Dumping dirt, and that's it. So let's do this. Let's do this. Finishing the flower. I was like, I'm going to do bag 3. Actually, let's do 3, 4, and 5. These are going to get all mixed in here real nice. All right, hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to sprinkle these. Oh, this feels like crazy to do this, right? Sprinkle these around. It just feels weird just having these random Lego pieces here. I guess some of them are going to be upside down. Like all of those ones seem to be upside down. And then I'll put this one down too, and then we'll put like the brown right on top. Is this even going to be enough? I want to hide all the green that's under there. Okay, so we got that. Why do all these feel like they're upside down? We'll put the brown on top. Sprinkle it around a little bit. Buddy. Perfect timing. I'm finishing my flower here. Perfect timing. Check this out.
Wow, it's big. Bigger than I thought.
That's what I said.
That's bigger than I thought.
That's what she said. What do you guys think? Here's all of the studs. I don't know how many pieces that was. Oh, there's 300 pieces of this 1173 piece set is in there. So this set is way overpriced if we're going off parts per piece, but we're not going to price per piece. We're not going to talk about that. Don't get me fired up. Here's what it looks like. Let me move back so you guys can see it a little bit. What do you think?
That's so big.
I like it. Let me go get the bouquet. I'll compare it. Please hold.
Bouquet, I think.
You guys just chill right here. Everyone says hi, Clark.
Hi. Between the two, I think I like the bouquet.
Okay, well, I'll compare them here. Might have a little dust on it. Clark says he likes bouquet better. I don't know if you can hear him or not. I forgot this one has like pterodactyl wings for some of it. Okay, here we go. Doo-doo! Yeah, look at this. Pterodactyl wings. Isn't that cool? Cody gave me this vase. I should fill that with pieces to put that in. So this was fun because you got to build all those colorful things. You can see that's like the hood of a car or a roof. And then I just think it's kind of beautiful. So that is that one. You can see that. And then this is the bird of paradise. Hey, Clark, can you go in the storage room and grab me the succulent set that's sitting on the floor right when you walk in?
I'm doing too many things at once.
Clark's getting put to work when he came home from school. I can grab it if you can't, buddy. But here's what it looks like. The pot's kind of cool. That's what this one's lacking, though. Like, you got that, but then it's like, where do you put all these things? We had to provide that ourselves. But this one's pretty. I mean, there's lots of... You've seen those pieces before. There's lots of cool stuff coming out of there. But this one, I don't know. I think it's the leaves in the pot that got me. I was just like, it's just cool looking. I think this is the front right here. I like it. And then like the way that they have the leaves kind of going off towards the back. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me show you the succulent one. Don't worry, Clark, man, I got that. So I'll set this up so you guys can see this. Bloop. Beautiful, eh? Beautiful, beautiful. Doesn't look so big on widescreen. Put this beside it so you guys can see the whole works. My flower collections grows. Let me get the succulents so you can see what these look like. These were a gift from my buddy Brad. I haven't had a chance to build them yet, even though I got them for Christmas over a year ago. But it is kind of a beautiful set. It's like a succulent is like a cactus of sorts. This is from the Botanical collection as well. And yeah, they make up these little pods. And they're all like various cacti, not cactuses. And if you spin this around, you can see these are all kind of individual. And you can position them however you want to make whatever display you want. So you can do a lot with this. I'm not going to bore you with the build of this because I think that's a little too much. Too much Botanical collection for one day. But if you haven't seen the wildflower set, I'll bring a picture of that up so you can see what they look like. I think the wildflowers might be my favorite of the bunch, although I'm kind of partial to wildflowers as it is. Let me bring that up and I'll show you what it looks like. If you haven't seen it yet. Oh, they're only $60. Can pre-order it from Walmart. That's who I'm looking at this from. Let me see if I can find a better picture. This picture kind of sucks. Let's go to Lego.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of them before. But here's the wildflower bouquet. Isn't that just gorgeous? Compare that to those. I think this is the winner right here. It's only $60. So it's, I don't remember how much this one was. It's 40% less than the cost of that set. But it looks great. You will have to find your own vase again, so I'll have to get something to put it in. But if I want to keep this going, I think the studio could look nice with this in there, right? Wouldn't that look kind of cool, having that all on display? I love, they use like kayak oars or like paddles for the flowers. So freaking cool. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But I do want to show you my next project. This one is going to be a fun one. I'm going to be building this setup. I got this a long time ago. It's a pirate ship. It's called Redbeard's Runner. Platy sent me the digital, or not the digital, the paper manual for this. So I'm going to be using this manual. I have the old sails, which I tried cleaning. I have some new sails back here, and all of the pieces kind of set aside, and going to build this up. And most likely I'm going to sell this to him if he wants to buy it. Brickstar sent me this replacement sail, I believe. But my sails, as you can see here, if I get some lighting on this, my sails compared to like what a new sail would look like, they're a little dirty. And I was missing one from this. You can see all the parts that are in here. This is from a very dirty collection that I bought. So there was 2 of the 3 sails, and my concern with this is that it's not going to look right, because I have like the 2 like kind of dingy sails, that one and that one, and then the white one on there as well is going to look, it's going to look sus, right? Because you have to have all 3 sails. There's 1, 2. That back one is the one that's going to be really white. So I got some aftermarket reproduction sails. That's an official Lego one. These are kind of expensive, by the way. I might use the aftermarket ones on here, and I don't think anyone's going to really notice because they're going to look just like that. But I want them all to be uniform. So this set, this is like the old days of instructions. I have all the minifigs. The only thing I don't have, I think, is his black hat. I think, maybe I do. I forget which one I'm missing. I'm missing something of that, but you can see how the old school Lego instructions are. They don't hold your hand nearly as much as they do today. Like, they don't show you all the pieces you need. They just start having you build stuff, and then you put together. And there's a lot of like these little sub steps that kind of go into it. But as you work your way through, this thing starts coming together. And I had no idea how expensive this thing is. Like, I forget what I paid. Was it $40 or $80 for this entire collection of Lego? And this was in there. So made out pretty well on it. But yeah, that's gonna be my next project. We're getting out of, I guess we're moving away from flowers and into the world of Lego pirates. Yarg me hearty. So that's gonna be my next thing. I'd like to start working on that this weekend. I made a pledge to live stream it, so I will be streaming that. So if you guys are like completely over this kind of stuff, then I got some fun things coming up for you. So on that, I guess that's about it, guys. I just wanted to share what I was working on and what's coming up. I appreciate you all tuning in and hanging out while we worked on these things. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I try the best that I can, and I'm just excited for what's to come in the future. Not only this coming week with that, but also all the other things that I have planned for this channel. Big things coming. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a glorious night. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't talk to you, and we'll see you guys all in the next stream.